Welcome back, South Africa. And yes, Mama, we made it. We are at the end of our cook-along, but we need to end it on a very American note, a very Southern American note, with our Southern fried chicken.
I just want to say universal black folk note, because we love Southern fried chicken,
fried
right?
chicken. It's our thing. In South Africa, before we get into detail, if you want to get the recipe details, like we always tell you, go to afternoonexpress.co.za. How are we assembling this amazing dish?
This is one of my favorites. Very easy, and you can make ahead actually.
Okay.
So we're making chicken bites this time. Otherwise, you can actually make the whole thing as a fillet, and you have it with your burger or bread, and do like a coleslaw on the side, and Bob's your uncle.
That's amazing. We're not saying chicken nuggets, guys. This is real chicken.
Yeah.
It's the real thing.
So we're going to cut it into bite sizes. So I love Southern fried chicken that's super packed with flavor.
Okay.
And for my flavor, I use 2 teaspoons of paprika.
Okay.
I've got a teaspoon of black pepper.
Okay.
So now in goes my oregano.
Okay.
It's 2 teaspoons, and I'm using garlic salt as opposed to normal salt because I love the flavor profile. And then chicken spice, because I mean you can't make chicken without chicken spice, right?
And I think it's also a staple in most homes. I know for a fact as well, when I go shopping for spices, chicken spice just is always there.
Always, always, always.
Because it's so versatile. You can use it. Yes, it's a chicken spice, but you can use it in other dishes as well.
For many, many things, yeah.
And how big do you want these chicken?
That size is perfect.
Awesome.
Because once we add the coating, it's going to go slightly bigger. But I want it to be that one bite situation, you know?
Awesome.
So for my wet ingredients, I have a cup of buttermilk. I'm going to mix that with 1 egg. I love buttermilk because it also works as a tenderizer when you're making your chicken.
And people don't get that with that little bit of acid. It's not a lot, but that little bit of acid actually helps with tenderizing your meat.
Goes far, right?
Very far.
I actually use it to marinate my chicken when I'm also braaiing. Because have you noticed when you go to a braai, half the time the chicken is not cooked all the way through? So frustrating.
Because they're rushing just to get the brown on the outside, get to the inside, and it also lacks flavor in that instance.
Yeah, so try it when you're home, when you're braaiing next time, tenderize your meat, your chicken with buttermilk. So now I want to add my flavor, the seasoning, into my buttermilk.
And how much of that spice is going in there?
I'm just using 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. And then I want to give it a mix.
So in essence, this is like the marinade for the chicken, but it also is the flavor for the chicken.
100%, 100%. So what we want to do with this is, we want to marinate our chicken in this mixture for about 2 hours. There you go. I'll let you put it in for about 2 hours or overnight even. The longer it marinates, the more tender, obviously, and the more flavors you get into your chicken. So that goes in there. We're going to put it into this bag.
There we go.
We may have a decent spoon down here.
Yes, we do.
For that situation. Ooh, yeah, I like this one because we're just gonna scoop it. Yeah, easy peasy.
And I mean, we've been talking about all your different influences. We've done the French, we've done the Western Africa. This is America.
Yes,
is there a specific reason why, of all the flavorful dishes, this one specifically?
To be honest, this one, I mean, Southern fried chicken, we all know that it's just loved in the US. But if you think about it, even for us as South Africans, you mina eat chicken, Southern fried, ngidle kusukela. You know, remember even the other one, that other place that makes ama wings. Those wings, lawayana, after you've had...
after a very long night. Naming names, but yes. So it's been something that we know. It's like a tradition of sorts, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is going to set aside, and while it does, we're going to go ahead and mix our dry ingredients. I've got flour, cornstarch. Ooh, so nice and light. I like it. It's so airy. So adding cornstarch, I find that it makes the crust nice and fluffy. right? And
That's
not
what
so
I was about
dense.
to talk about right now, Jorge. This is where the magic happens. Yes,
Yeah.
the spice is great, but
Yeah.
if you don't get it crunchy, then is it really fried chicken?
Absolutely. So not dense, super crunchy, super crunchy. So I'm giving this a mix, and then all the spice mix goes in. Yeah.
Okay.
Flavor, honey. Flavor.
That's the one theme that we've kept going. Flavor, flavor, flavor. From
Yes.
the first recipe, the second,
Yeah.
and it's just basically flavor on flavor, and that's what I'm loving about all these
Yeah.
recipes.
Okay, so spice mix ready. What I want to do now is take about 3 tablespoons from our marinade,
Okay.
add it into the flour just to make it a little bit wet. I find that that works better when you add your chicken when it comes to coating.
Okay. I didn't know that
Yeah.
trick, but hey, you live and learn, don't we?
Live and learn.
Okay, so ideally, how long would you want to marinate this chicken for?
I would say do it for a minimum of 2 hours.
Minimum.
That way, yes, that way you've got maximum flavor in your
Yeah.
chicken. So when you deep fry it, the coating has the flavor, the chicken itself is just so flavorful.
But
So,
ideally, if you've got time on your hands, South Africa overnight always
Yeah.
works best.
this is an easy recipe. Make it ahead. I mean, I would do this like on a Friday evening because I feel like southern fried chicken the next day. Top it, like toss it in the fridge, and then leave it there. The next morning when I make it, it's half the job.
Yes.
Because I've done that part, and this is my favorite part.
Okay, getting our hands dirty, I see.
Yeah, love that.
We are at the end of the cook-along, and I
Yes.
think one thing I've seen throughout this entire cook-along is just your love for food. You light up each time you talk about each recipe, and I think that's one thing people love seeing, you know.
Yeah.
Dee, not just the beautiful lady, but the passion that comes with every single dish that you're preparing. And I really am grateful to be cooking along with you. Thank you so much for sharing these recipes with us.
I'm so glad we got to do this. We got to start a year on a high note, sharing delicious food, because food is a love language, you
True.
know? Yeah, so we hope this inspires you to make all these delicious recipes using everyday ingredients for your family.
Great stuff.
Right.
Awesome. So we
Now
are
the
on to-
chicken goes in, and then we
Perfect.
take it to be deep fried.
Do you want me to drop all of it in there?
Just individually. We want to
Okay.
try and avoid all that liquid
Yes,
marinade
true.
for this stage, yeah.
And you want it to be able to just hold on to each individual piece. You
Absolutely.
don't want to clump it all up together.
We don't want that.
But then you've got another trick here that I noticed. Yes, we're going to fry the chicken, but
Yeah.
you've mentioned that you said that we're going to fry it here, but we're also going to put it in the oven. Is there a reason for that?
The reason is, as you put it into the oven, your coating becomes extra crispy. And I find that it's also not as oily.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, that is
so
very true.
try it when you're home, when you're making southern fried chicken, deep fry it and then let it rest. Once it's rested, again, I do this in advance. The next day when I need to enjoy it, I toss it in the oven
That's
just
such
to
an
warm
awesome
it.
trick.
Yeah, not the microwave, the oven, and it gets super crunchy. Okay, so now I'm gonna go deep fry the chicken.
Awesome. And this is the fun part of this entire experience, right?
Of course.
And Chef, while you're busy frying away there, I'm sure you've got a couple of tips for our viewers.
Oh, 100%. So the tip with deep frying your southern fried chicken is to never touch it for the first 3 minutes when it heats the pan.
Okay.
Yeah, because then when you do touch it, you may move some of the coating. Yeah, so let it fry for about 3 minutes and then start turning.
Okay, as in if
Yeah.
you want to check it, give it the first 3 minutes first and then...
Resist the temptation for at least 3 minutes, Jan.
All right, perfect.
Whew. Do me.
That looks amazing.
It's been a long day.
It has.
Let's plate and go eat.
But Tonga, I've worked up an appetite and I really cannot wait to dig into these dishes. They look amazing. They spoke to my heart. They definitely
Aye.
spoke to my tummy.
And your budget, I hope.
And my budget, you know, that's the
Can
one
what?
thing. That's the one thing. Theme, flavor, economical.
Yes.
It's basically, you've touched a nerve. You've struck a nerve. For anyone that feels, I cannot, get January, I cannot, you actually can.
You can, darling.
You can. And
Absolutely.
Chef, I'm really excited to try all of these dishes, and I think it's about time we go have this amazing dinner in South Africa. I've been saying you can get all the recipe details on afternoonexpress.co.za. Chef, arologe.
Arroja, babes.
Let's go eat.
Ah.